filmed in front of a live Twitch audience from the FerretTube studios in sleepy Hertfordshire, England. It's Viewer Chat!
So corporate, did you say?
What's corporate about that?
Stuart, yeah, come and watch my ferrets. I don't think I could be any less corporate if I tried. Hey, Anthony. Could I?
I don't know.
Come here.
We could try. Maybe it's time we started wearing suits.
A ferret suit, maybe.
A ferret
or a rabbit suit.
Oh God, no! Oh no! Oh, you mean like what character? Right, yeah.
How did you know that the treats had come? You were in bed. We didn't make any noise. He just wants more treats. He says,
She's got special powers, that ferret.
Oh, can you give me the interactions on the top screen as well?
Oh, are they not up there? Are they not?
Just so in case anybody does anything that I need to be aware of.
Mm-hmm.
This episode was recorded in front of a live at-home audience. Thank you, Playby. Hey, Annie! Ferret onesies. Yeah, exactly, Anthony. Why not? Hey, Tally. That's what I was waiting for. MahdDogg can't wait to see your McMuffin. Yes! I'm very impressed. Wait, let me get on my knees so that we can do the treat properly, girls. Patience. Here we are.
Well, I do like to muck about in the kitchen. I learned lots of cooking techniques through the years.
Thank you, Tally.
Baking is always a great deal of fun, especially because I've got a stand mixer.
You have.
I have.
I'm interested to see how it goes. Oh, Attitude, thank you very much for the resub. That was an hour ago. Annie cheered a little while ago as well. And this one is from Astral Nomad, wants to treat the ladies. Come on then.
Yay.
The girls love Fridays. It's their favourite day.
Because of all their treat spoilings.
They get so much treats. I've really managed to cut down the amount of salmon pate that I mix with their Pepto-Bismol now. They really got used to the flavour. It's not an unpleasant flavour, actually. It's just it's a mild minty flavour. So it was just a bit weird for them at first. But it's hardly any treat in their daily dose or twice daily dose of that now. And that's it for now, girls. I'm afraid no one else has treated you.
No. Attitude was asking if Scruffles also has a mark on her belly like Wriggles does.
No, but Scruffles doesn't have well, I guess she has got a little bit of a zipper, but the thing is, Scruffles is much narrower and more. Wriggles just thinks that there's treats happening. I was just, she was like, no, it's me for the treat. Come on then. So yeah, she has got, but you can see if I look at them together, they just hang on to me with their back feet, so I can't. She hasn't got the same kind of dumpy little, and also Scruffle's fur seems to be thicker, and I don't know if maybe it's because Wiggles' fur is darker, but it just, you can see her skin. It just, in the same way as some babies have got cheeks that you just can't help but go to. That's what her stomach is.
She's got a cute little belly.
She's just got a cute little belly. And because Scruffles is a bit more lithe, so yeah, she has got the stripe, but she just has. It's not the same little Buddha belly that Wiggles has.
That comes with it. Oh,
you look at little.
Yeah, she's got a proper zip.
And I can't help but doing that. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Yes, I am.
Belly pops and raspberries.
I'm surprised
they always go down well.
They're still awake now. They haven't sort of disappeared to bed.
No, they're up and ready and raring to go still.
I don't know about raring to go. Oh, Attitude wants to treat them.
There we go.
Oh, and Playpy did as well. And Anthony. And Stuart. Oh, damn. Hang on. Wow. Oh, we're a few cheeks behind. This is from Stuart. Ladies, treats. Scruffles.
More treats.
Oh, Scruffles is eating some chicken at the moment. This one's from Stuart. Thank you,
Good girl,
Stuart.
Wriggles. That cute little face.
And this one's from Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. Wriggles has hit the jackpot.
There's no treats for you, Maddie. Would you like some dreamies? My cat's feeling left out.
Wriggles has hit the jackpot. I think Scruffles gets. So she loves these chicken pieces. I'll do the other two treats in a moment, guys. But she sees these chicken pieces.
Yeah.
Scruffles really loves them, but she gets them stuck on her teeth. So she goes and chews them, and you'll see her. She'll be in there. She's like kind of going like this with her mouth going, because she just bites down onto it. She gets it all gooey in her teeth, and then she can't get it off her teeth. So she's like,
it's like fairground treacle toffee.
Yeah. So she's fighting with her. I feel it's unfair to. Oh, there we are. She stopped fighting with her now. Ladies, Playpy wants to treat you. Good girls. There. No. Uh-oh. Scruffles has got some on the end of her nose. They're going to lick each other's noses.
They're having a little kisses. Lovely little kisses. You're good girls.
Look at each other's noses. Can you see the little tufts of hair behind their ears now, though, with the winter?
I can, yeah.
Warmer coats. And then this final one is from Attitude. Ladies.
Yay.
Attitude wants to give you treats. I think we should have a break from treats for a little bit now, guys. I'll never get them to bed.
No, they'll be all hopped up on sugar.
How did Chicken Run end for you, Mad Dogs? This Annie?
Oh, the chicken detective. I was right-ish. It was a bewildering game. It's certainly not one I'll play again. And I think if it hadn't been gifted to me, I wouldn't have got it.
Yeah.
But fair play, interesting. Shall we say?
It was fun watching you play it, I have to say. It wasn't too taxing to watch.
No. It was just one of those ones. I find a lot of the story-based games are a lot more difficult to stream as a game experience, because you just find yourself sitting there silently just listening to all of the exposition come at you. And I got frustrated with that game because I wanted to ask questions as a detective, because I thought that was the point of the game. It wouldn't let me ask the questions I wanted to ask. But it's more of a visual novel, really.
Don't love me too hard.
That's right. No tearing out of throats, Wriggles.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
Yeah, treats are now on lockdown. I'm having my, talking of lockdown, I'm having my vaccination next week, next Thursday.
Yay.
What did she get me? That's quite a good one.
It's a bump. She didn't break the skin, though, did she?
No.
No.
So, yeah, with glimmers of things returning to normal.
Bit by bit.
Bit by bit, yeah. So
It's
it would be
there.
nice though, to get fully vaccinated so I can go and visit Mum and, go and start going back out to schools with Teen Tech rather than having to do them virtually.
Yeah. But that does mean you don't have to sit on a train a lot.
Yes, that is true. That is true. But I mean, Teen Tech's it's not a lot, it's like once every month or something, so it's quite nice to get out. And I quite like a train journey. I'd always prefer, like, some people say, do you want me to give you a lift somewhere? And if it's over an hour's journey and the trains are convenient, I'd rather go by train, to be honest with you. Just because I can, I can walk around, I can go and get a drink, sit at a table and have it, get a computer out, play a video game. watch some podcasts or something. You can't do any of that stuff if you're in a car.
No, you can't. But then again, you're beholden to when the train leaves.
Yeah, it's most of the time I end up having to go to Birmingham or Manchester, which is really easy from here because it's the same. You actually come into St Pancras station from here as well, so and that's the station that most of these leave from, or King's Cross, which is right next door. So or Victoria, which is literally Paddington, which is a 2-minute walk from King's Cross station. So
Annie's saying in the chat, may we get a get well soon for Ringtail Ferret? It seems she was in a car crash. She's getting better though. Yeah, definitely. Get well soon, Ringtail Ferret.
Ladies,
Let's get a big treat and get well soon.
Come on. Scruffles. Where's Scruffles? Treats. Scruff. Oi. She's eating chicken chews down. So hang on, I'll have to wait for her to finish her chicken chew. Wriggles gets extra. Wriggles, you really are having a good day today.
She's loving it.
Come on.
She's like, I'm happy to sit here.
Come here. Cool. Ringtail Ferret, we heard that you were in an accident and we are really, really sad to hear that. The girls are sending all of their love and snuggles, and I'm sending huge hugs, as is MahdDogg.
Indeed, I'm here. Get well soon.
We hope you get well soon, and let us know if there's anything we can do to help. You just need a little bit of cheering up every now and again with some close-up flu action. Just let us know. Take care and get better soon.
Let's get that clip and get that out to her.
Oh, Wriggles, no, don't bite. I like it when you snuggle me, but I don't want you to bite my neck.
Imagine thinking the ferret will listen to reason.
Oh. Having to go to Birmingham, I feel sorry for you. That's what we have. Normal summer holidays this year. Maybe first jab for me. End of July at the earliest. Yeah. I don't know that normal... I think they were talking about this on the radio today, and I don't, when will we go back to normal? I don't think I'll ever go back to normal in terms of, when travelling on public transport. I think I'm always going to wear a mask. I think, when you, and especially on aeroplanes, or when you're crammed into public space with lots of people, I'm always going to be much more conscious of, obviously, hygiene, hand hygiene and whatnot. But I definitely think I'll continue to wear masks, especially during flu season. The flu's been almost completely eradicated this year.
Yeah, there's been a massive drop in cases, and that is... You get the conspiracy theorists with their reasoning why that's the case, but the actual fact of the matter is more people have been wearing masks, more people have been keeping distance socially, therefore things like the flu and colds don't spread. I usually get colds quite often, but since this lockdown began and mask wearing, social distancing and all of that, I haven't been hit by a cold yet.
And hand hygiene, and not yes, you probably always had good hand hygiene, but the problem is you interacting in a world where people don't, and so the surfaces and the handles that you touch are touched by the people who don't. And you obviously can't wash your hands after every time you've touched a handle, because that would be, obsessive compulsive disorder, and it's not healthy. But if everybody would wash their hands at the appropriate time after they've done something that potentially exposes them to getting germs and bacteria on their hands, it wouldn't be a problem. And that's what's going on, isn't it? People are more conscious of that. I'm sure, lots of people still aren't behaving properly, but most people are much more conscious of, even though they may not be perfect, an improvement is going to have an impact.
Absolutely. And we shouldn't be demanding that people are absolutely perfect, because people are people and people can't be absolutely perfect. Everybody's different. As long as they're making an effort, that's all it really needs. And one of the things I noticed actually the other day, I went up to a supermarket, and they've changed all the handles on the trolleys to some antibacterial thing.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that
makes
a lot of sense.
Sorry, Playpy's saying less flu cases because they got COVID prognosis most likely. I don't think that's the case.
No,
Playpy.
that's what the conspiracy theorists want you to believe, that COVID is blown out of all proportion, and they've just transposed the numbers from flu to COVID. That's not the case.
Because they are two completely different things. That are completely different. They have different signifiers. They have different evidence in, the blood work.
Different antibodies are generated. Because if it was the case that you could just simply transpose one to the other and say, hey, look, flu's gone, this COVID's bad, then, we wouldn't have had to create a brand new virus, a brand new vaccine or anything like that. They've had to do, and they've done so well to get all these different companies, all these different manufacturers are all there creating their vaccines and getting them out as fast as they possibly can. And no, there's political stuff going on about why certain places aren't getting it, and this, that, and the other. And let's forget about that for the time being, and just have a think about the people who are on the front lines giving out the vaccines, the people who've created the vaccines and all of that. And let's just be thankful that they've done that. And that we'll be able to get not back to normality. Things are never going to be the same. But at least we can get back together. Yeah. That's the important thing.
And Annie says, I like mine, even after we'll keep putting it on, it has ferrets on it. Exactly same. I've got two masks with ferrets on there.
Yeah.
Astronomad says, a few weeks ago we had a super spreader event at a college campus. There are current 54 variant cases from it and 1 death, and the deceased was another student that didn't participate at the event. Oh, it's so sad, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's the thing. Super spreader events is basically anything where people gather together in numbers for any reason whatsoever. The virus doesn't care.
Exactly. Exactly, Playpy. People have been staying out of the kinds of situations where colds and flus propagate, and so it makes perfect sense that there would be fewer instances of colds and flus.
Absolutely. The masks, all of that, all helps to reduce the numbers of influenza. Unfortunately, the same people who are vulnerable to influenza are very, very vulnerable to COVID.
I always come back from teaching at one of the schools. You go into a school full of kids from age 12 to 15 or whatever. Yeah. Always the next day you wake up with a cold.
It's like conventions.
Yeah.
We all talk about conflu. Everyone gets conflu after going to a conference. It's, asymptomatic people wandering around, don't know they've got a cold, don't know. It's not flu. Flu puts you on your back for 2 weeks. Yeah, but it's really mostly a rhinovirus, like a cold, or what we would colloquially refer to as a cold, and that doesn't rely on you being physically cold, which some people think it does, but it's just a very infectious, transferable disease.
Yeah. And of course, when you've got because I think one of the reasons it spreads when it's cold weather is because when you come inside from the cold, your the change in temperature causes your breath to evaporate, and and then that's how the virus particles spread. So it's just everything. Science makes sense of everything. There's no conspiracies. There's no secrets.
It does. You just need to look at the data. And it is what it is. They hold these test events here, and they test people before going and ask them to test the day after, but only 80% of people do. It's no point. It's sad because most people try to make the test work, but others are just thinking, yay, party. Yeah, well, that's it's like I say,
And it takes one person, you know, and everybody's. They're talking about having identity cards, like COVID certificate identity cards, so that people can get back into sporting events and stuff like that. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it
it's
might
very
give
show me your papers.
Well, no, it's not so much that. As I don't think, and you couldn't be so draconian and high tech with it that it wouldn't be easy for somebody to borrow somebody's pass, right?
Yeah.
Like, because if you want to get into a football match, I haven't got my certificate because I haven't been vaccinated. My friend's got it; they're not going, so I'll borrow theirs. It would be. I don't think it would be feasible to make it uncrackable like that. You know, and unconnable like that. And I think the fact that it exists would give people going to those events a false sense of security, that everyone in the stadium is fine. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's...
And then it explodes.
So I almost think it's, you know, apart from the, you know, the whole, you know, Big Brother kind of, you know, connotations to it, I also think... Yeah, I think mainly people, they want to take the easy route, and if they think that the government's got them covered, or they think that a certificate's got them covered, then they cease to feel it's their responsibility to take care of themselves. So,
yeah, it's. I don't want to get into it on FerretTube. I'll save it for a MahdDogg stream. I'll save it for a MahdDogg stream. I've got a lot of things to say about that.
Yeah.
None of them appropriate for here and Floofers.
Yeah, Astral, they would probably bind it to something like a photo with a driver's license, but when you're trying to get, you know, 50,000 people into a stadium and out of a stadium, who's going to stand there and check the photos? You know, it's just, it's not... You know,
it's not like a couple of hundred people getting off an aeroplane.
Yeah. You could... and it just takes one person... to slip through. Mind you, although if everybody's sort of vaccinated, but it's under 16s aren't going to be vaccinated, that's the thing, isn't it? So that's who we need to protect.
Oh dear.
Anyway, enough talk about COVID.
Yes.
I think. Enough talk about COVID.
Enough talk about COVID. My dad and stepmom have got their injections. My mum's got her injection. My grandparents have got their injection. My brother's getting his injection. I'll get mine.
Yeah.
There we go.
What did you guys think of the show tonight? Did you like seeing... I don't know how long. How long was it running? Was it quite long? We put quite a lot of content in it.
It was the same length it usually is. It's
how does that happen? Like
we just manage it.
It's kind of because we don't measure...
No, we don't measure it. There's no timer running or anything. We just know it's about 45 minutes to 47 minutes of the show content, like this recorded show.
Yeah.
We've as you noticed, things changed a little bit this week as well. We spent a little less time talking at the beginning of the show, and got into the clips and just spread it and paste it out a bit better.
That was another one of the things that we were, you know, this was why we took last week off, right? So we could actually, so I spent some time looking back over the last couple of episodes and just noticed that we were, you know, we had 15 minutes of talk up front, which is great for those of you who are already kind of like in the story and know the ferrets and know us and everything. But I thought anyone just dropping into the show, you know, oh, what's this? My Life with Ferrets. They're not gonna sit through 15 minutes of talk before they see any ferrets.
They need ferrets, and they need ferrets fast.
They need to see ferrets. So I hope that worked for you guys as well. The shorts are cute. They've been nice and easy to share. Yes.
Yeah. With
Mum, and she asked about the girls. Oh, bless, that's cute. Yeah. I love how everyone's parents are so invested in these ferrets as well.
It's great. It's really good. It's like that's what I love about this whole thing. It's everyone can enjoy it. You don't need a specific. Obviously, there'll be people who don't like animals who who won't enjoy it, and that's fine. They got plenty of other stuff. But a lot of people like seeing cute, fluffy animals and following a story, which is kind of what we're creating here. we're creating a very, very long-form narrative.
Yeah, story of their lives. And of course, this weekend, one of the things we're going to do is do the weigh-in. There was obviously no vet check, but vet update in the show. But we're going to talk about that tomorrow because there's, I've not spoken to the vets. There's not been any change. Those of you who were watching last week over on Twitch will know that Scruffles put on weight and Wriggles lost weight. But we weren't too worried about that. And then so this week, I'm really hoping tomorrow when we weigh them that we've had I haven't had a double weight gain Saturday or double weight gain week for 3 months now. So it'd be really nice if they both gained a bit of weight this week.
That would be to see both those lines on the graph start heading up.
And I'm not going to stop giving them the Pepto-Bismol at the moment because I did notice, although their poops have been really good, yesterday there were 2 that looked like they had blood in them and were a bit strained. So one of them is still flaring up, I think. And I think it may be Wriggles. I think because Wriggles didn't have the initial 2 weeks of Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah,
because I wasn't worried about her weight. Yeah, so I think I might keep them on for another week if they've not both put on a reasonable amount of weight. Because 3 weeks was the original amount of time, and it wasn't until into the 3rd week that they started showing an improvement. So we're going to stick with it for another week if they haven't made a significant weight gain. I don't think they will have, to be honest with you.
No.
I'm hoping that there's not lost weight, but they don't feel significantly sort of bulkier. But we'll see. I'm just really hoping that they haven't lost weight. Because if they have, Scruffles has lost weight, then I don't know what to think. Yeah.
Well, we can only hope that they're stabilised or going up. And that's it. That's what we need to see. Annie's just asking there, how are they getting on changing to non-grain noms?
So I have, I'm going to sneeze. I'm still working through the... This was full, and it was the first time I mixed it. So I put about excuse me, sorry. Put about this much James Wellbeloved and this much of the grain-free one, and mixed it up. When it's finished, I'll go half and half.
Yeah.
And it seems to take about a month to get through this. So we'll go half and half, and then the next one will have 3/4 of the grain free and 1/4, and hopefully they'll keep eating. But they don't seem to have noticed. They certainly aren't leaving any elements of it, and they're eating. They seem to be eating well this week. I've had lots of, come down and seen the bowl really, demolished.
Yeah.
So the signs are that they're eating. She's feeling nice, and she's not feeling as bony and fragile as she was a couple of weeks ago.
And she wants to get into the noms.
She does, but I don't know why. Because they're up there. They're up there.
But those are noms she can't get to. Therefore, they're more important.
They're more interesting, are they?
They're more interesting noms.
Oh. Are you going to go inside? You don't want to go inside?
That would be funny if she went in. She's going. Ferret in a box.
She's stolen one. You don't have to steal them, darling. There's a whole box up there. A whole bowl up there, are there? Bless her little
socks. But the stolen ones taste so much sweeter, Mummy.
She's such a good girl. She's such a good girl. She's so good at her trick as well. Here, let me show you. Scruffles? Oh, it's on her nose. Ready? Scruffles. Hop. Good girl.
Wee.
Scruffles. Hop. Hop. Good girl. Look at how good that is.
That's a proper meerkat sit. It is. She's got great balance.
She's got really good balance, and she actually doesn't. She kind of maintains it on her own. But when I'm trying to do both of them, Wriggles is normally a little bit, is not doing it as she should. So and I lose concentration, and my hand wanders, and she'll reach out and hold on to me with one of her paws, and I'll just be like, "No, keep your hand still."
Oh, she's really good at that.
It's not for balance for her. It's more to just keep me still.
Yeah.
Was that good?
What a good girl.
She's such a cutie.
She is.
The shots are cute. No, yeah, I've seen that already, sorry.
Yeah, you've stolen her light. You sat right down in front of her.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Did I steal your stardom?
She says, me, it's all about me.
Wriggles coming down again. Did you hear the treat lickings?
She says, there's treat lickings. I have come to take part in the treat lickings, Mummy.
Yeah. Did we do Attitude's treat?
I don't know. Let's just do it in case.
Ladies, treats. Ooh. Just in case, Attitude. Well, we'll do it again. I just like giving them treats.
Nummy, nummy, num.
Yum, 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 yum. Oh, I'm super excited about the long box kind of project that we're going to do tomorrow.
The secret project.
Well, a secret from the YouTube people. I'll let these people know what's going on. I had a pop-up banner for an event delivered last week to put up behind me when I did a virtual event. And it's huge. It's 2 meters long.
Oh.
Yeah, it's massive, and it came in a box
enormous. That's
about that square. And 2 meters long.
Oh.
So I'm going to mount Patreon cam. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to do a little craft project. I'm going to draw around Patreon cam, cut it out and poke it through so that it's a tight fit, and then stick it out in the thing there. So basically it'll have a night vision capture ability of them coming into the tube.
Nice.
I know that they're going to go crazy for it, because it's the kind of thing that they'll, especially if we get them in the morning, before they're sort of too worn out. The first thing I'll do, so I'll come down tomorrow. We'll do the weigh in, and then we'll straight away get the. But I may even put the box in here straight away. Actually, I can put it out in there later. They may not play with it in such a great way with me around, because their focus is kind of distracted. So either way, when I shut up for the morning play, I'll put it in the outside run for them with the camera in it recording, and hopefully they'll have a bit of a mad run around in and out of it, and we'll be able to enjoy that from the interior.
Lovely.
That's my little crafty project for this week, or a little project for this weekend. That's like the banner I liberated from the Elite Community Games Con. It was much bigger, Playpy. It barely fit in my office, and I had to have it at a slant. It couldn't go sort of like flat against the wall because it was too wide. I know the ones you mean. Those ones that they're sort of like they're about that wide, right? But this is from that wall of the shed to that wall of the shed. And you pull it up, so it's like this huge thing.
Yeah, that's all the standees you'd get in a shopping centre.
Yeah, and it also has like hooks on the top where you're supposed to hook it onto. I guess it's for conference, for sort of events at venues, where they build the sets and everything and the expos. And I was just like, there's nothing that I can attach it to. It's quite top heavy, and also it completely blocked off the doorway. So if any of the cats had come up and kind of experimentally, leant up against it to see why they couldn't get into the office, it just would have gone thunk on me.
Thankfully it didn't though, did it?
No, luckily they didn't. The cats behaved that day. That was the Kaspersky event, exactly. It was called Meet the Augmented, and it was a panel discussion with 4 people who are augmented, 3 through health reasons and 1 by choice. So a girl with prosthetic forearms. A young girl, really brilliant, actually. Tilly, she's such an inspiration. They were all glammed up with diamantes and everything. She's a model too. And then there was Victoria, who's a pop artist from Berlin, who's now living in LA, who's got a prosthetic leg. A professor who has got a prosthetic hand, a robot, and he's got quite a fancy one that goes all the way around. I asked him if it was easy to take the lids off jars because that's what I wanted to know.
I'm sure he's heard that one before.
Yeah. And then a guy actually from Sweden who's who has an NFC chip in his own hand, but he has a company where they promote the idea of self kind of augmentation, like augmentation through choice rather than through medical benefit. It was an interesting debate, and Kaspersky had a load of research out about the people's feelings about augmentation.
There's, I know there's a number of companies have started all over the world where, like accessing the building, they've implanted RFIDs into people's arms, forearms, and things like that.
Well, it's so NFC chip is you can go to any hacking conference these days, and there would be a stand where you can pay 50 quid to get an NFC chip put in you. A subdermal NFC chip, and you can do exactly what you can with the NFC on your phone. You can pair it with your phone, have your phone on lock only when it's in your hand. You can use it for an NFC reader on any kind of door entryway or whatever. You can do. These are not the droids you are looking for. You can actually program something. Just anything that you can. Anything you can do with NFC on your and you can make it your wallet as well. For example, like you can have it as your pass to get onto public transport. So instead of having to put the card up against the reader, the scanner, you just put your hand on there and it goes zip. Yeah. So anything that uses NFC. Yeah, you can use a coffee shop. You pay for your coffee, right? You go to a coffee shop these days.
It's like Apple Pay, but it's implanted.
Yeah. So it's handy because it means that, you could go to the beach for the day and not have to take your phone, but you still pay for stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure I would have it done. And we were talking actually. It was mentioned, do they last forever or do you have to have them taken out? And he was like, no, well. They don't last forever, but they're so tiny you don't have to have them taken out. You can just have more ones added. And I said, I've got visions of you as an 80-year-old man now with like just heavy, saggy fingers full of redundant NFC chips.
Yeah, I could see that. Oh, there's the thing that they pointed out in Demolition Man. That movie from the 90s, which actually got a lot right, apart from the 3 seashells. I still don't know what that's all about. But they had the thing where you had a thing implanted in your hand, which you did all your transactions with, made phone calls, got money, and they said, well, what if he just takes off somebody else's hand? They hadn't thought of it. It's like extreme pickpocketing.
Yeah.
So have you got your wallet? No, it's in my other hand.
Yeah. Always beeps when you go through security. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to explain when you go through airport security, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, I've got an augmented NFC chip in my arm.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
So it's getting arrested by the transport police often.
It's got my media library in it. Just show us your phone. There you go.
Hey, DH. Welcome, DH. How are you? Toe beans.
Toe beans, everybody.
Toe beans. Well, I got mates shrapnel with shrapnel, and they have to report it at customs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the same though, really, is it? I've got shrapnel from risking my life for other people, and I've got my wallet implanted in my hand.
And I went to America one year. It was many, many years ago, but I flown on British Airways. It was with .TV, I think. It was when we went over there and did a week from Silicon Valley. And I bought. We went to Haight Ashbury as one of the sort of day trip things that we did, which is the sort of like the the 60s kind of.
It was where everyone was going in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bought a laser pointer for my cats, actually, to send my cats, but it was in the casing of a 50 caliber bullet.
Right.
So it was, and the bullet was gold. It wasn't like a functional bullet. It was, it was just the shape of a 50 caliber bullet, and it had a laser pointer on it. And when I came to take it home, I thought, well, I'm not going to put it in my luggage because, they're going to scan my luggage and see a 50 caliber bullet in there. It's going to cause problems.
Yes.
So I wore it on the cord around my neck, and when I got up to the security check area, I said to the guard there, I said, look, I'm just declaring this. It's a laser pointer. Look, press a button, open it up, showed the batteries inside it. I said, it's just a laser pointer. I've bought it to entertain my cats, but obviously it's shaped like a 50 caliber bullet. So I just wanted to call your attention to it. And this very efficient guard was like American guard, and he was just like, oh gee, I can't do an American accent, but he was just like, oh gee, this is really stressful. It really looks like a bullet, and I'm like, okay, but it's not a bullet, and I've shown you it's not a bullet. And he said, well, you're going to have problems getting on the plane. And I'm like, okay, well, how can we solve this? Because I want to take my souvenir home with me, and it's clearly not anything to worry about. He said, I'll escort you, ma'am, I'll escort you to the airplane and make sure that you that you have no problem. So he kind of marched with me through the whole airport. We went to the gate, and I was flying British Airways, and we got up to the check-in people checking your tickets to go onto the gate. And this guard kind of like bustled up and was very self-important. He was like, this young lady has a souvenir, and it looks like a bullet, but it's not. It's a laser pointer. Just want to clear it through the system. And this very British guy, what do they call them now? Air stewardesses. No, whatever is the PC way of referring to people. Yeah.
Cabin crew.
He said. He kind of looked at the bullets, looked at the guard, and said, "Sir, if she's able to secrete a weapon big enough to fire a bullet that size on her body, we are all in trouble." Or words to that effect. But it was just kind of what a ridiculous thing to be stressing about. Like, there is no way, if she's got a weapon on her that could fire a bullet that size, we've all got problems. On you go. It was just such a brilliant kind of like the dichotomy of the American kind of official attitude and the American.
Well, I think on that note we should bring this to a close.
Yeah, I think we probably should. The girls have gone to bed now, finally. I've got some poop to scoop. But we'll be back tomorrow morning, and of course, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for enjoying the after show chat. Hopefully next week you'll come and join us for it live, 7 p.m. ferret.tube. That's over on Twitch. That's where that will point you to, and you can come and take part. Why not? What you got to lose, right?
Nothing. You've got nothing.
Nothing. All the links you need to keep in touch with us are below, as usual. And for those of you who are watching live on Twitch, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow morning.